Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Whoa!
It is Pixparters here, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. When we left off,
We were getting somewhere.
There's a theory going around that Lauren might be the killer, but we revealed that the one guy is actually her dad, and she had no idea. It's like, what? But that can't be. And now we're trying to raise the possibilities of what's going on.
Like, oh my God. And,
now we're gonna find out what you think. I'll grant you that the two of them were father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano, and the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Would you say that scenario is perfectly probable as well? This is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that either one didn't know of their true relationship, right? Actually, we do, I'm pretty sure.
You mean they knowingly committed the kidnapping as father and daughter?
That's right. As one really rotten family. Is that really what happened? Better take a long, hard look at the evidence.
Have you seen the lady? Does she look like the type that would actually plan a murder? Not a murder, but like a kidnapping and then kill her dad? No. She can't even look at Mr. Edgeworth here.
I don't
Apparently
think,
he's too, quote, handsome.
Alright, I didn't mean to go that way, but Agent Lang isn't wrong. This scenario is certainly a probable one.
You better hurry up and do something, or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad.
I know, but first things first. Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct. Did the two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter? They did not. Okay, so it's gonna be, this
It's just so funny, when they have them next to each other, she looks like she's ridiculously tall.
Yeah.
But they have to have her, like, line up. I know what, but, like, it's still...
Yeah, now, I do think this would be a piece of evidence because it says on here that he couldn't get near his family because... weren't they under surveillance? Because, yeah, they were watching, but he never showed up to the wife and sole daughter. So I believe this should be the proof that they didn't know each other.
Yep. Oh.
Apparently that's not it. So never mind, he doesn't want to look at that piece of evidence. You'd see that there's a big flaw in your logic. Are you sure it's not your eyes that are flawed? Talk to me again when you can do things.
When you can see straight.
See straight, yeah, that one.
My eyes are flawed.
Huh, so... You poor thing. Alright, it's possible they both knew the fact. You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because it was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore... so... Maybe... Let me see if there's anything else we have. So it's not gonna be that, not gonna be that. Let's look at the murder notes. Probably not gonna have anything in it, but might as well look. Loss of blood, where he was shot, and evidence, and then nothing. His pendant. I mean, can't do anything crazy with that. The blue Badger-mobile, not really. Victim's costume, not really. Love letter, that's not what we're looking for yet. There's a dossier, but... Or the dossier, sorry, whichever one it's supposed to be. I'm just... Alright, the broken prop, the not a gun, and then Miss Pop's pendant. Yeah, I don't think... Huh. No. Let's see what he says to anything else, because maybe there's something else that'll make it a... There's no coincidence that they became involved in the House of Amano. One is a butler and one is the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought it was that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. Well, okay then. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. But Butler and the girlfriend, no one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family. Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles well.
I think he's overthinking things.
When you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? No, I don't. I don't.
It sounds like yeah.
I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence.
Ooh, hit him with the evidence bomb.
Am I? Because I don't see you presenting evidence to the contrary. With that evidence to counter him, we're stuck at a draw. And then okay, so let me press the first one. Precisely, and what father would ever willingly kill his own daughter? I've seen a lot of things in my travels, and I can tell you that being laid by blood is sometimes proof of nothing. Okay, we've done everything now, so I'll grant you the two of them are father and daughter. That's fine. But isn't it possible that they both knew that? That's what we have to refute, is that they wouldn't know that fact, but there's no quintessence three and
his hair is kind of like he wants to be Phoenix.
Wants to be a rip-off, like, Walmart dollar store Phoenix.
Walmart dollar. Those are two very different places. Walmart dollar store.
I don't. Cause that's Warren D. I don't. Hum. Bah humbug.
He's like if you combine Wolverine and Phoenix.
In a way, yeah. Wolverine, Phoenix, and Loxus. That's how you get this guy, Lang.
If they all fuse, Agent Lang.
It feels like this is the one thing that would prove it, because it says on here that we thought he might head for where his wife and soul are, but Sparta's valency has yet to show up. But then again, I guess they could be from forever ago. I don't know exactly when that was made, but victim's costume, that doesn't mean anything. The blue badge doesn't mean anything. His pendant doesn't really, I don't think that means much, because that wouldn't really prove anything. Are
we stuck? Are we gonna have to look up here?
Might. Huh.
Because I got nothing.
And meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Yeah, there's further files as well. Maybe I put the thing here instead. Nope. That's not what it does. That's not how it works. That's not how that does the thing. And now I'm all confused. Oh my god, what's happening here?
He's got a scroll.
Langzi says, confidence is like a soul, and words without confidence are but empty shells. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Although it's just as bad to say something in full confidence and be wrong.
Dude, that might come back to bite you. Are you going to let him lecture you about your self-confidence like that?
I don't need to be overflowing self-confidence, I just need to think rationally. After all, I only need to be confident in the facts. I don't know Edgeworth, give me the hint again. So Agent Lang isn't wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one.
Better hurry up and do something, or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad.
I know, but first things first. Is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? Did the two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter? So, I mean, that points to that they couldn't have known the fact.
What would that have to do with anything?
I'm trying to think. Because, I mean, obviously if they were in costumes, you know, I don't know. Give me a second. I'm going to give up here for a second. God damn it.
I hate giving in.
I know. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
And I would have never guessed this in a million years.
What is it?
On the one about the meetings to plan this little kidnapping.
Okay.
It's the stolen costumes.
Huh?
I guess this means that the whole time they met, they just met in costumes, so no one knew anything. Is that what I'm going to assume here?
Oh.
I have no other. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just two people alone. What kind of proof do you have of that?
Oh, is it because there's a third person?
Quite simply, there are 3 kidnappers. But that wouldn't prove that they didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
That's why I don't quite get that line of logic that are gonna go, oh, it couldn't have been because there was a third person.
I think maybe,
3?
I think they were focusing on the fact that, like, oh, it's a father-daughter plan.
It couldn't be those two and there was a third, I guess. 4 costumes are stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group.
Blue Man Group.
This third person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. I wish it was the Blue Man Group instead of these Blue Badgers.
Blue Badger Group.
No. Who? Who is this mastermind?
He's sweating.
I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. Okay, can
Lance,
I would say I want to go full out on the fact that he faked his own kidnapping because we have, you know, the tender lender thing.
Yeah,
so.
It makes sense. Yep.
No!
Ah!
Lance Amano?
He's like, all right, you're on crack or something. What's wrong with you?
Yes, this abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but one was a woman.
Ah.
However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he says. But I know I only saw 2 people. This guy's being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Yes, but when you were being held, I have my doubts about what happened then.
Yeah.
Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore. Honest.
You liar.
But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you?
What is with that smoldering look? I don't like it.
Smolder.
This is what he's trying to do.
I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. Through the underground passageway, I presume. You okay? So I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but you know you believe me, right?
Oh my god.
No, not quite yet. How can you not? Why, you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes.
You see how he's peeking through his hands?
Yeah. Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that.
That's rude.
I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. Okay.
Shove. Literally
Push
pushes
him off
him.
the bridge. I'm done with you.
The Phoenix and Maya and Pearl, like, what the
Yeah.
fuck's going
I
on?
think they're gone by now, unfortunately, but kidnapped yesterday morning. Had me shut in that room blindfolded the entire time. You sure about that?
I don't know why I imagined Pearl wanting to try to catch a fish, so they're still there.
That'd be great. By that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape. Then you're in the same room as your kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of their conversations. It was definitely 2 people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain fall outside. Oh, wait, I got
You meant to press that, right?
Yes, I did,
Yeah.
and I keep hitting the wrong
Oh my
button.
god.
Alright, and disappeared around the time I
Yeah.
heard rain falling outside.
Yes.
The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into a sudden silence. I'd been left behind like an unwanted mutt.
Because you are.
And what do you mean by unwanted mutt?
What a pointless question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new, you know.
It's a poetic simile. You know what a simile is, right? Yes, I do. You should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside. I'm more of a metaphor man myself.
Yeah.
What? Where did the sudden gust come from that only hit you? What the hell? Okay. But it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well.
Oh my god.
Hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone.
That's how his hair gets like that. He summons the wind.
Yeah. Then those cuffs on your wrists. I suppose you were still cuffed in that case. I am well aware of how I am chained to reality.
Oh my god.
I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like this. Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner.
See, those are metaphors, not similes. Learn your English terms, mister.
I made your escape and ran from that room as fast as you could.
Similes when you're saying you're like something. Metaphors are saying you are something.
Yeah. How did you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked. Which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. I remember our escape would be equally as hard. It was an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined.
Did you jump up and down for 23.5 hours? I think not.
Alright. The door leading outside was locked tight, so I had to use that. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The door wasn't locked. It was jammed.
Yeah.
Ha! Gotcha!
Aha, got it.
You said the door leading out was locked, but was it really?
Oh.
Oh, you got your handcuffs there for a second, buddy.
He put them back.
We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right, Sheena?
Yes, that's correct.
And take a look at this. What is that? A sword is not an especially reliable one if it's broken like that. Well, I'm going to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by this sword, which is used to jam the handle.
Yep.
Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them.
Yep.
If that's the case, then why did you not simply remove the sword and escape? What? Why didn't I was disoriented.
Oh, come on.
Yes, I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to that door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own. You've been making this guy to be one of the kidnappers for some time now.
Yes.
What if you've forgotten something very important along the way?
Motive?
And what would that be? A
Yeah.
motive. What else? Do you honestly think that an upright, pure boy like him
Pure?
Yes, that's me.
Pure?
Would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself?
And this is where we would show him the tender lender thing.
Oh, my boy. Lang, my boy. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime.
Yep.
To some
the love letter.
some unfortunately interesting friends. I mean, they're not really friends, but they are something.
There's something.
To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. It is, in fact, a collections bill.
Yep.
It appears our upstanding boys accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance?
Oh. Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too.
I can't make that sound while drinking my own.
Okay. Must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your old man, huh?
All right, I give up. I abducted myself.
Lance! Oh my
It's
god,
all right.
the wind.
It's all right, baby. Don't worry. It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted was to grow with you in a new town.
Go with you, not
go
grow.
with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. I want us to be well off with that 1 million, but now that dream is over.
Oh, Lance!
And then you're giving yourself up? Yes, I plan to run away from this world with my Lolly. As long as you're not in Japan, that would be really bad. That would be really bad sounding to run away with a Lolly.
I get it.
But Olive even helped us with the plan, but then
He's already in cuffs.
he had to go back and stab us in the back. He turned on you? Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after he made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the blue badger costume. I mean, the person Officer Meekins saw as Miss Pops. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me pretty hard from behind to hurt my tailbone. Ow. Then Oliver put on a bad badger costume. Took the suitcase with the $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea that they were related, so I thought that it could only end badly.
I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father.
Duh. Lolly, then it really was you?
Oh boy.
Okay. But we do know that both the bad badger costumes were taken, so it's possible it could have been someone else that she shot at. Because we have to prove her right now in this moment innocent. That's kind of our goal right now with the new crime, is to prove that she's not the one. Because I don't think we're trying to make her guilty of this.
No.
I think she's in the similar situation of the good Miss Tenero. Was that her name, Tenero?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a similar situation of her being accused of, but it's like, was it her? I think
like a red herring.
Yeah, I think. Because she's, acting, she's not one of those characters that's, revealing herself to be bad. She is actually acting distraught.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's guilty. So maybe that's the reason with the two bad badgers that there could have been someone else. Let's see.
That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the $1 million in it. That badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun that I got from Lance. There was a gunshot, the other person crumpled to the ground, and I ran, scared for my life.
I think the big picture is finally coming into focus, don't you? Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you.
Oh my god. So, Miss Pops, do you mind? I'm trying to have a moment here.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
She shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was?
If what she says is true.
Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve?
You'd be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What I mean is listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Let me go ahead and listen again, because it is weirded a little, or weirded.
It's weirded a little word.
God. Alright, now my father because I'm at the stadium. There's a bad badger pulling a suitcase with $1 million in it. Okay.
Yeah.
The badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot, the other person crumpled to the ground, and I ran scared for my life. That's pretty freaking vague.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say that she shot, it just says there was a gunshot.
She also said the other person.
This is the most vague testimony I've ever heard in my life.
The other person? Who says that?
Did you take off immediately following the gunshot?
Yes.
And you didn't attempt to approach the victim at all after he was shot?
I was scared. I don't blame you. I'd have done the exact same thing. Poor Miss Pops. What will become of her, Mr. Edgeworth?
She seems to be telling the truth regarding what happened at the stadium. However, I don't believe it to be absolutely correct. Listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see. Okay, I mean, the part that stands out to me is this.
The other person.
It
Yeah.
is worded so that everything about it just screams, hello, there's a problem. Okay, so there's the missing model gun that we have to think about. That was ripped from the costume.
Oh, capable of firing blanks.
Yeah. I think this is probably going to be it here. I don't know how to tie it because we could say... Because the question is, who had the model gun at this point? You know what?
Oh, because
Maybe she's saying that she fired, but she had a gun that was blanks, so it wouldn't have actually done anything, but something else must have happened at the same time.
it was ripped from the costume, remember?
Yeah, so there's a model gun somewhere, which might be what Lance gave her.
Yeah.
Okay, I might need to put that somewhere else. I might need to put that the Lance gave a gun.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
maybe, she showed you.
What are you butting in for? He's laughing pretty hard at you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, I know, but I refuse to allow him to ruffle my feathers.
Ruffle your ruffles?
Frills up
Yeah.
You shut up. All right, so... All right, let's go with this. Really?
Really?
Okay, I need to rethink my thinking here. Okay, never mind. This girl's present until you have something so you make an ad, stuff that jabbit of yours in the Jabberwocky.
It's a cravat. And it's a fashion statement, not a gag. What did we just miss?
That was...
You skipped some kind of joke. Oh, man.
My bad.
You
so...
You skipped banter.
Let me think here. So, aside from the missing model gun, the victim's costume, that does not say much.
No.
This was discovered in the stadium. Doesn't say anything about... doesn't... God. Well, no, because it's not saying where she was in the stadium, right? Because I would say that...
She didn't even say she was in the stadium, did she?
No, she did, because she's at the beginning, at the stadium.
Oh.
There's a badger suitcase with $1 million in it.
Okay.
That badger point is gonna be aiming to shoot me dead. Maybe
Do you use the model gun for that one?
That'll be my last regular guess until I go, okay, we're going too far and have to go to the walkthrough. But please. Damn it.
Nope.
Megan, look at this. Look at this photograph. What about it?
Oh, whoa. I forgot he's here.
I don't think you pulled out the right piece of evidence. A wonderful subordinate there, so willing to point out his boss's mistakes. Grr. Detective gun shooter friend from excessive talking. All right.
I'll try, sir.
I'll try, sir. All right, you got to give me a second, because now I have no idea.
God.
The walkthrough's got to come back again.
We are hurting bad.
Yeah, we are. Be right back. God damn it. Okay, my small brain has used video to figure out what to do.
Well, I mean, your brain's not always small.
No, we are kind of on the right track. Let me make sure that I'm at the right one. Yes, here, when the bad bird point is done, we need to press this for some more info.
Like I said off camera, well, mostly you, because you have the controller, have a bad habit of not pressing things.
Well, sometimes it feels like we're in the right spot because of the way that things are so, like, obviously there.
I know, but, like, when we get
stuck,
normally what you're supposed to do is keep pressing, but we keep forgetting that.
I know, and I try to avoid pressing because it adds on, like, an extra 10 hours to the game.
Even though it's more dialogue and stuff.
I'm just saying, it's going to make the game a lot longer.
Oh,
which is why I try to... We're able to clearly see the gun.
Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me? Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't know.
I don't want to believe it myself. But it's true. My father's left arm was raised with a gun in it. Pointed straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought.
Miss Pops. Please calm down and take a deep breath. And then would you allow me to please hear that last thing one more time?
Yes, of course. She said left arm.
Yes, and he...
The gun in his left hand is in his right hand.
Well, it's not even this, because of the fact of over here that he is right hand dominant. So he shouldn't have been holding it. Yeah, I was, that's why I kept watching the walkthrough. I was like, there's gonna be some kind of twist here. And there was, because that would represent the outfit and we would have lost again. But it's this.
The costume was probably like a red herring then, and they're like, nope.
Until later, until we have to like talk about the fake gun thing. So, I have here a dossier on your father.
For sure.
I got the DOS on your father, and according to this, your father was right-handed.
Then I killed someone else.
The person pointing the gun a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon, and I can't speak English anymore.
The person from a gun pointed.
I had a Phoenix moment and an Apollo moment where I couldn't speak English like they do sometimes. So, well, that's a diss on myself because as them I never speak correctly. So he had to have his moment.
Phoenix, wherever he is, he's like, I sensed me being dissed by Edgeworth somewhere.
He's just somewhere going.
Yeah, the sneeze.
Hold
both
on
him and
there.
Apollo sneeze at the same time.
In the office, just both like.
Even though Apollo's not really around right now. Yet.
Shit. All right.
Phoenix, though.
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take.
Apollo in the future.
I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand.
I miss Apollo.
Which is why the only hand he could have held a real gun in was his left. Isn't it possible that it went down like that? Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who's never set foot in a court to catch it.
Ooh!
Enough with the smugness, out with it already.
Smug Edgeworth.
Miss Pops told us earlier.
There was a Bad Badger pulling the suitcase with the $1 million in it.
According to you, the Bad Badger had a gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pops?
Yes, exactly. And I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses over its face.
But if that's the case, even I can see there's a huge contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong.
Huh. Someone could have just been wearing the head of the Bad Badger.
That is a good point.
So it would be both are correct then, if my theory is the case. because it would only be the head of the bad badger, so both hands.
But no, because if there's one in the suitcase and wait, like what do they mean by the hand's not occupied? Because that seems very vague to me.
I think it
Because
means
holding
the
a
model
suitcase would be
gun.
occupied. Let's do it.
Am I right?
They're both correct. Impossible. That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pop's entire statement rests on the fact that she saw that his sunglasses
Yes,
appeared.
I was onto something.
What if that bad badger wasn't wearing pants on his
Yes!
lower half?
I called it.
This proves there was a way for the bad badger to freely use both of his hands.
I called it. Just the head. Yeah. Boom. I was right.
The costumes have two parts to them, a head and the body.
Oh, I get it now.
The head Miss Pop saw was probably really the head of the bad badger. However, this is not possible that the body was that of, or is it not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger? A different badger?
Oh, he's sweating a lot.
Yes, sir. To put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. The
I guess the blue badger.
Or is it going to be the absolutely horrifying proto badger?
No.
Blue badger. I'm entirely wrong.
Oh.
Yay! But his body was the blue badger's. The blue badger. Hold on, let's see here. Who is it that had one of these on?
I did.
It's not Officer Meekins, pal. Nice
Oh.
job with your life. It's just Tad. The place
I
under
guess
arrest
it
after all.
was the proto
Anyway,
badger.
I'd like to strike what I said from the record and give my explanation anew. I guess it would be a pretty basic outfit, so come on, Proto Badger. Or do I have to press a certain part? No, it's Proto Badger. But what the heck is it?
What the heck is it? Even he's like, it's the proto badger.
Yes, it's a matter of process of elimination. Miss Pops is wearing the blue badger's costume, so you can eliminate that one. And the pink badger's of the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that's left is the Proto Badger costume. Miss Pops, who is the one who wore the Proto Badger costume?
That would be Lance.
Uh-oh! Well, you know what? Can I hit pause right here? Yes, I can still hit
Oh.
pause. Well, you know what?
God.
We're gonna... I'm just making sure, because I didn't see the thing that said
We're
I thought it
gonna
was scared for a bit
hopefully
there.
not explode, because we are this close to dying.
we made a lot of mistakes this time, but you know what? Next time...
I'm surprised you
it's-
didn't save.
Well,
At any
that
point.
takes up way too much time to save and reload. Remember, that takes like 30 seconds every single time.
You know what takes even more time? Reloading after losing.
We'll be fine. Next time, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Because I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine.
Hey!
I don't exist yet in this universe quite. I'm just a wee little lad, probably somewhere in
The kingdom of crying.
in the kingdom of crying. There we go. I had a stroke there. Whoops.
Just a wee little lad.